Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is all about the top 3 stocks to buy in January 2021. So let's get started, and let's start with Apple. Now Apple is a stock I've recommended before, and Apple started with a year low of about $53, and it's now up to over $137 at the time of making this video. So it's a huge increase, huge amount of growth. They've seen constant growth for the last 5 years. It's just a hugely popular company that's hugely successful at the moment. Now there's a number of reasons why you should be buying into Apple at the moment. As I said before, a history of good solid growth. The dividend yield is nothing to write home about really. It's only 0.64%, which obviously doesn't really add up to that much if you only put in small amounts. But over the years, as the value of the shares you hold increase, as the company grows, it'll be worth more, and those dividends will increase. But it's really more about a growth stock. It's more about its actual value increasing rather than the dividends. Now there's a lot of news with Apple recently. If you haven't heard, they've made their M1 processor chip for their products and MacBooks. So that's a big thing. That's a big deal. Apparently it's going to be better than what the old Intel chips and things. So that's another positive for Amazon. That will alone will increase the value. It's likely to make their computers and their devices better, which in turn more sales. So never a bad thing. Now another important piece of news with Apple is the Apple Car. Oh yes, nobody will be buying Tesla soon. It will be the Apple. Now, I am joking. It's not confirmed an Apple Car, but apparently there's a deal going on between Apple and Hyundai to make an electric vehicle. We don't know when that. It's not been officially announced as of yet, but it's pretty much confirmed. The news is everywhere. And when they'll start making vehicles and things, what kind of vehicle it will be, we'll have to wait and see. But if it's an Apple product, people will buy it, and they'll probably buy a lot of it. So that'll be a huge thing. Apple going into the car market, as we've seen with Tesla and its electric vehicles, the value has just skyrocketed. So I imagine once the announcement is made officially, of the whatever vehicle Apple are doing with Hyundai, we'll see a huge increase in the stock price there. So if you buy now, you're looking at earning a lot when that's announced. Just my opinion, we can't be certain, but that's a good buy in my opinion. And even without these announcements, Apple is just a company that's just constantly growing. Year on year it's just growing. It's just making more and more money, more and more profit. So invest in Apple. Number 2 is an obvious one, Tesla. Now some people are a bit and ahhing about Tesla. They're not sure because at the moment, is it overvalued? Some people say yes. I would say it's overvalued slightly at its what it is currently. But what Tesla will grow into is even more. I'm betting that in the next 5 years, Tesla stocks will be $3,000. That's my bet, and I'll come back to this video in 3 years and see if I was right. Perhaps it'll be 10,000. But what you need to look at with Tesla is over this year alone, a 700% growth over this year. Their stock price is just shot up incredibly. We've seen millionaires overnight, people that put a lot of money in Tesla. They've earned a fortune. Now even if Tesla drops, it'll recover. It'll recover and more. Now Tesla have a lot of things planned. There's more vehicles coming. One thing to take into account as well is they've just launched their solar inverter or something. Let me just check that's correct. Yeah, the solar inverter, which apparently is to do with the whole connection of solar panels and the banks where they charge the energy, where they hold the energy. Sorry, that's obviously absorbed from the panels. And this inverter is a key part of that now. So now Tesla can, it's all with their own parts. Their whole solar system there. get energy from the sun when you've installed these panels. That will go through the inverter or whatever, and then it will be stored in the banks there of energy, of solar energy. And then, you know, if you've got a Tesla, you can charge your car with your own solar energy. It is a little bit, I will be honest, it is a little bit of a gimmick at the moment, because if you've seen Tesla's solar panels, they're absolutely brilliant. I mean, the design is fantastic. It doesn't look like a solar panel, it just looks like a really nice roofing tile. And they're quite strong as well, they're quite long lasting. But they are very, very expensive at the moment, and it takes a long while to pay off. Once they can get those prices down, which I imagine they will do, then you'll be looking at a lot more people buying solar energy. Now, solar really, apart from, you know, talking about Tesla in specific, is the future. I mean, more energy comes from the sun than anywhere else. The amount of energy that the Earth receives from the sun is incredible, and it far outweighs any other sort of energy that we produce, you know. So, you know, even a small amount of solar panels in a desert, for example, in Las Vegas, Nevada, you know, that can power most of the United States. You know, a small area of the desert there covered in solar panels. I mean, it's a huge amount of energy that's generated. So solar in the future will be the thing. And I think you'll see more and more people putting solar on their house as the prices go down a bit there. And they will go down. It's just about, you know, improving the technology a bit more. Same with their cars. You know, the batteries are incredibly expensive, but every year they're making batteries that go with even longer range and are cheaper and last longer. So we'll see that, you know, prices going down. We'll see cheaper vehicles and things like that. Now, last one is PayPal. Now, PayPal was massive a few years ago. I remember everything was PayPal, everyone knew PayPal. But it has seen significant growth recently. PayPal has bought Venmo, which is very, very popular in the United States for sending money to people. Say, you go out with someone and with your friends, and you all get the taxi home, one person pays and then the other just send by Venmo $5 or something, you know. So that's very very popular. That's going to be a huge thing for PayPal. PayPal's also acquired Honey. I personally have Honey. I had it downloaded ages ago. It's very good. It's you download Honey and it basically finds you discount codes, you know, for online purchases. So if you go on a clothing store, Honey will automatically find you any discount codes that are currently going around for that product or for that store. So that's very good. It's a free app as well. Or at least it was free when I got it. I believe it's a free app. You know, they bought that for, I believe, just over $4 billion. So not cheap. But again, you know, they're just adding more to their sort of portfolio there of companies. Something that will just bring in more and more money for PayPal. So PayPal is a solid one to invest in as well. And it's seen quite a lot of recently it's seen quite a lot of growth. Now, I should imagine some of it is to do with these other companies, but what you need to take into account as well is that PayPal is very useful for online purchases, especially if you know, you're looking at buying from a website that you're not too sure about. Your details are safe when you put them in PayPal. The other company will just receive the money from PayPal, so they won't get to see your card details. Now, another positive with PayPal is if you live overseas. I at the moment live abroad. I'm from the UK, but I don't live in the UK at the moment. What can be a real pain is if you get money in your account back home, it's very difficult to transfer it. Now, all these bank transfers, they take days, and it costs it's quite a huge amount that you'll pay in fees and things. But with PayPal, you can transfer money to PayPal, and PayPal can transfer that money then to your account in another country, and it works out way cheaper. That's personally what I do. So there's lots of uses for PayPal. It's not just you know, buying online, but as we've seen again in, you know, what's going on currently at the moment, everyone's at home. You know, sales online have shot up, you know, even more than normal. Everyone was buying online to begin with, but now it's just, you know, crazy amounts. So PayPal's on the rise as well. You know, it's just a safe way of buying. If you're concerned about, you know, other companies getting your details, your card number and things. So PayPal's a good one to invest in. I can only see it growing. and you know, it's one that I think won't let you down. Now my first two picks are Apple and Tesla. I just think you know, they've just got the most they're the most likely to be, you know, very, very successful long term. Now PayPal is on the rise. I just think if you were only going to invest in two, I'd invest in Apple and Tesla. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.